Sign up with my Webull affiliate link located in the description below or in my IG bio. Once you deposit $100 or more into your account, Webull will give you a cash bonus. So how did I make $207 trading XYZ put options? So looking at XYZ, so at 1250, let's see, XYZ at 1250, right? Yeah, 1250. So on the 30-minute time chart, so let's see, 1250. Not this candle, but this candle right here. So basically what I did was I played put options as soon as it got rejected by the 9-day moving average, and then around 1402, 1403, 1403. It's not this candle, but this candle. So yeah, so this candle right here, the 1430 candle. So as soon as I saw XYZ approach the 50-day moving average, I bought a little bit more, couple of XYZ put options, waited for a rejection from the 50-day moving average. Once that happened, around 1550, I sold out the position, making a gain of $207. Just trading a couple of XYZ put options. So this trade was a little longer than usual. It did take a while for this trade to, come around, but at the end it was worth it. All I had to do was just patiently wait for rejections by the made by the moving averages. And so basically what the strategy is that what you're trying to do is you're trying to aim for percentage targets, reasonable percentage targets. So for me, example, I try to aim for anywhere from 5 to 10%, and it's variable depending on the day, and it's also variable depending on my confidence. So if I'm feeling confident in a trade, I'll change that percentage target to a different target. So instead of aiming for a 5 or 10% target, I'll try to aim a little higher than usual. Usually I'll cut my losses once the position is down 10%. But if I'm feeling a little more confident, like I said, depending on that day and depending on how it's looking on the chart, I'll stay in that position regardless if the position is down 10%, because I'm feeling confident in the trade enough, and if there's like enough evidence for that particular trade to go towards my way, I'm totally going to stay into this trade, knowing that it could potentially give me a big gainers. So basically, try to manage your risk tolerance level. First and foremost, try to aim for small percentage targets. Then once you start having your once you start getting the hang of it and you're like, yeah, I can manage, trying to manage consistently getting 5 or 10% gainers pretty much every day. I know where to cut my losses at. Me personally, I cut my losses once the position is down 10%. You, on the other hand, it's a variable that's very dependent on everyone, because everyone is different. Everyone is different, as in like having a game plan in their mind. For me personally, like I said, I try to manage my losses, cut my losses if I'm not feeling confident in the trade and I know it's not looking good on the chart. Then okay, take the loss of 10%, minimum take the loss of 10% and move on to the next trade. So basically, once you get the hang of trying to manage your risk tolerance level, okay, you got it. You can aim for higher percentage targets. You can you can, instead of taking a 10% loss, you can try to you could I don't know how to say it, but now you know how to manage your risk. You know where you're capable of taking your losses, and now you know where you're capable of taking your gainers at. So basically, so this is how I do it. So this is one way, right? So I use the 9, 20, 50, 180, and 200-day moving average as entry points. That's step one, right? And then step two is to basically use the moving averages to either play calls or puts. In this case, I played put options on XYZ as soon as I saw that the moving averages looked like that on the daily chart. Well, not on the daily chart, but I mean on the 30-minute time chart. And so once I saw that the moving averages looked like that on the on the 30-minute time chart, I was like, okay, pretty much maybe XYZ could see more downwards potential towards the day. And so I was like, okay, let me play XYZ put options here as soon as it approaches the 9-day moving average, wait for a rejection. That didn't happen, so the next candle approached the 20-day moving average, and I was like, okay, I think XYZ could get rejected by the 20-day moving average, but I'm gonna play it safe. I'm gonna wait until it approaches the 50-day moving average, and then around 14:30, right, I bought more XYZ put options, waited for a rejection by the 50-day moving average. That happened, and so when I sold out the position, right, around 1550, so which is this candle, which is 1550, not this one, but this candle right here, the 16 candle, I sold out the position, making a gain of $207 trading XYZ put options. So basically what you're trying to do is you're trying to, in a way, use the moving averages as your entry points. And the second thing that you wanna, like I've said, right, the second thing that you want to manage when you're trading is pay attention to where it says 8.49%. So pay attention to your percentage target that you're trying to aim for. So you're trying to aim for a 10%, 20%, 30%, etc. gainer. Okay, keep that in mind. That way, when that percentage target does happen to occur, you'll know when to sell out, and you're not stuck in that mentality of like, oh, should I sell here or should I still hold? No, know your game plan already. Know your percentage target that you're trying to sell out for that day. And then once you sell out your position after you've reached your percentage target, okay, move on to the next trade. You can either keep on trading or you can wait until tomorrow, see how the market is looking, look for opportunities out there, and then get into another trade. So basically it all comes to your own risk tolerance level and the way you approach the market. Like I said, you can use this free website that's called finviz.com, where you can find stocks that you could trade. This is how I do it. So I basically click on screener, click on market cap, I click on mega, and then I click on performance, and then I click on perf YTD, and it's going to show me all of the current mega cap stocks from worst to best. So I'll try to make a list, try to observe that list, try to see if I can get in and try to trade those particular stocks. So that's pretty much it. As always, this is not financial advice. As always, take care and bye.